Let me get to something that happened last night at Lenovo Center. The NC State Ice Pack, in a friendly, defeated the Carolina Hurricanes Alumni Association group by a 7-6 score. I believe the goal that made it 6-6 was a penalty shot. Daniel Prazma, he scored it. He has 24 goals in 24 games of the season on the season for their season. This one, I'm going to guess, Daniel, was different and maybe more memorable than any you have ever scored. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would probably say that scoring against guys like Eric Stahl, Rod Brind'amour, Tim Gleason might top my goals of all time for sure.
All right, so let me ask you this question, and I know that you have local ties to former Hurricane Steve Rice. So we're going to get into that dynamic in a second. You're going to have to walk me through this because I'm kind of flying seat of my pants with some of this stuff here. You scored on a penalty shot, correct?
Yeah, penalty shot.
All right, now explain the penalty and who committed it that led to your penalty shot. There were no power plays in the game last night. If there was a penalty committed, you simply got a penalty shot. So explain to me the circumstances surrounding the penalty.
Yeah, so it was a 5-6 game. I think there was 50 seconds left, and we kind of pulled our goalie as a joke, sort of to be like, make it a little more competitive or whatnot. So I got on the ice, and immediately I kind of got the puck and, winded up around my neck, started skating down the ice. And when I got there was Eric Stahl, Tim Gleason, Rod Brind'amour that I was right in front of me. And I kind of tried juking around Eric Stahl, and that didn't go too well, and I got tripped up. And they called the penalty, which I was kind of surprised about. But so it was a penalty shot with 40 seconds left to tie it up the game, which is pretty sweet.
Describe your move to me.
He was literally standing directly in front of me at the blue line, so I kind of try to hedge right and then go left around him, and his stick got caught completely between my legs, and I flew in the air, did a 360 somehow, and ate crap pretty much.
All right, now give me your plan and how you executed it in the penalty shot.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I didn't do anything too crazy and, embarrass myself in front of a decent crowd. So yeah. I kind of just wanted to go simple, go slow, then pick up speed and just rip the puck as hard as I could. And that's pretty much the game plan there. I just took it wide, came in slow, and then sped up a little bit to get around the goalie, and then just ripped it pretty much as hard as I could.
So during the course of the game, who did you find yourself playing against? Obviously, you were going up against the current head coach at some point in the extra attacker situation, Eric Stahl, Tim Gleason. Who did you find yourself playing against for much of the night? And also, I know you're a local guy. These are guys you watched as a kid. So how was that like?
Yeah, I think it kind of set in. It set in really with the first face-off when I skated in, and I saw Eric Stahl sitting right in front of me. This is these guys, and that's the reason I got into hockey. I remember I went to a Canes game when I was 3 years old, watched those guys play, and that was why I started playing hockey. They were the legit reason I got into the sport. So it was a pretty full circle moment for me. But I think one of the guys I kept finding myself going against was Mike Commodore, and I don't know if you know, but I think he's 6'5" and 240 pounds, and I just, kept running into him, which was not the game plan for me, but it was funny.
All right, now Steve Rice, former Hurricane, who also scored a goal last night. Commodore had a goal. Gleason had a couple of assists last night, but Steve Rice scored a goal. So you played for Steve Rice where?
I played for Steve Rice, I think 2 years at AAA Hurricanes when I was 14 and 15. I'm good buddies with his son, so he was our coach. I'm around Steve all the time, so he's always around the rink. I always bump into him in places, and I think it's a great connection to have. He's an awesome guy. I think he's the head of the Alumni Association too. So it was a pretty cool event. I got to skating against him on Lenovo ice was pretty sweet too. But yeah, he's been a close friend of my family for a while, so it's definitely awesome.
All right, let me just a couple of more things. The handshake line at the end. What do you remember from that?
I remember. I mean, I was curious if like some of them were going to be pissed off because we did end up winning, but they were. I mean, it was all smiles in both parts. I mean, it's just funny. You're seeing like it's almost like you're in like a video game, and you're just seeing like these legends kind of go past you, and you're shaking their hand, saying good game. But it was real life, which it was pretty sweet. I mean, it was Eric Stahl, brind'amour, Gleason, LaRose, Commodore, all those guys, Justin Williams. Just I mean, it's. Not many words can describe what was the kind of feeling in the moment.
All right, so now walk me through the lead up to it. You I don't know when it was you guys found out you would be playing in this game, and as somebody who was brought to the sport because of these guys, what was it like? Were you nervous leading into it? Just walk me through where your emotions were taking you throughout this ride.
Yeah, I mean, when I think we found out the game was announced right around New Year's time, and at first I knew it was Eric Stahl's retirement weekend, so I was like, this is going to be a pretty big event. Also, I knew Eric Stahl would be there, so that was a pretty special thing. But I was honestly curious of like how it would turn out, fans wise, the game. I was curious, how it was really going to go, if it was going to be competitive or not, or whatever, and all that. But it was definitely an exciting feeling. Nervous for sure. I mean, none of it really sat, like the fact that I was playing against those guys didn't really sit in until I was, halfway through the game and going on every shift playing against Rod Brind'amour or someone like that. So it was a pretty surreal feeling. Like it still hasn't set in yet really that just happened, but it was a surreal feeling all around. Definitely a lot of nerves.
I bet. So, I mean, is everything else a letdown after this?
I was thinking about that and talking with the guys. I don't know. I hope not, but that might be the peak of my hockey memories, to be honest.
I mean, it's amazing. Daniel Prazma from the NC State Ice Pack club hockey team in the American Collegiate Hockey Association. By the way, you can get all the information for them at icepackhockey.com. I appreciate your time. Congratulations on the goal and for making arguably your childhood hero, commit the penalty that put you in that situation. Daniel, thank you so much. Best to you during the season, and we'll talk to you again.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good one.
You too. Daniel Prazma here on the Adam Gold Show.